We're going hot. The narrative is always the gangbanger, the criminal. Every time you see black on TV, black with a gun, it's illegal. It's some sort of criminal activity. Clear? You equate that individual with myself, which is, to me, insulting to the highest degree. I'm good.
Ainsley Reynolds is an accountant in New Jersey. He's a dad, a community volunteer, and he wants to change the way people think about blacks and guns. This is Tanzina Vega for the New York Times.
I've owned my own firearm since 1995, but I've been shooting since I was a teenager with my older brother.
While there is not strong data tracking the demographics of gun owners, here's what we do know. A University of Chicago survey found that over the past 30 years, an average of 27% of blacks said they own guns. That's compared with 47% of whites nationally.
We don't talk about it because we don't want to have to deal with the negativity. It wasn't until probably 5 years ago where I finally had to say, you know what? I'm not doing anything wrong.
For many blacks, gun ownership is loaded with stigma, particularly because blacks are more affected by gun violence. According to CDC data from the last 10 years, blacks died from gunshot wounds at a rate nearly twice as high as whites.
Blacks may be reluctant actually to go out and purchase guns, or that people will feel it when they go into a shop and ask questions, because they, again, may have some sense of stigma. Well, if I go to a range, people are going to think that I'm some criminal.
57!
Yep.
Eyes and ears, you're all set, you can go on in.
But many feel gun culture is changing.
I don't think it's such a taboo experience to speak about your firearms like it used to be 10 years ago.
You do see a lot of African Americans at the range practicing. You see a lot of women, African American women.
And range owners across the country report a more diverse clientele.
I think what's really driving minorities is the high crime rates and the lack of police now due to layoffs. What you see happening is these people want to defend themselves.
Politically, blacks tend to be in favor of gun control, and in recent decades, organizations like the NAACP have advocated for stricter gun control laws.
There is this divide between the political class in many instances and people on the ground making their sort of daily decisions.
Cops can't always be there. Obama definitely can't be there.
The NRA pushes hard on the theme of self-defense when the police can't be there. Colion Noir, a lawyer who has become an internet sensation with his pro-gun videos, recently became an NRA contributor. Still, the NRA says it's not purposely marketing to minorities.
I'm black. Get over it.
In Indianapolis, at this year's NRA convention, officials emphasized a broad outreach effort.
Outreach to the military and to law enforcement, where you have a greater black and Hispanic population.
While the number of people overall who own guns has dropped in recent years, gun sales are actually up, and experts speculate that means more guns per person. Reynolds keeps his collection carefully locked. He says his 8-year-old daughter doesn't even know it exists.
I own revolvers, semi-automatic handguns, shotgun, AR-15, and a regular semi-automatic rifle.
And yet, despite his commitment and passion for firearms, Reynolds worries about ever having to use his guns for their intended purpose.
My biggest fear is that if I ever, God forbid I ever have to use my firearm to protect myself, and the cops arrive, is that they think that I'm the threat and I'm fired upon.